Hi, this is New with a minute of medicine for your mind. Y'all can think of 3 incidents where God gave Israel, the smaller army, victory over the larger army by confusing that army because Israel gave a large and loud shout of praise and worship to God during the battle. And that was Jehoshaphat's army, that was the walls of Jericho, and Gideon's army. But when all 3 of those stories, when they got back to their camp, they still had to deal with the consequences and challenges of the issues they had before they went out to those great battles. You see, what I'm trying to say to you today is real simple. See, your praise and your worship will get you a victory, but it won't get you the victory. Take Moses, for example. He was born in Egypt and floated down the Nile to save his life, but he was raised in Pharaoh's palace as Pharaoh's grandson. He grew up with some abandonment and some anger issues. He killed that Egyptian, flew to Midian for 40 years. Then God sent him back to Egypt to get his people released. He did that, got him all the way through the wilderness to the spot where he was supposed to speak to a rock. Instead, he hit the rock twice. God immediately pulled him to the side. And when he got to the side, according to Numbers chapter 20, verse 6, he fell on his face and worshiped God. The very next verse, it said God spoke to him. So Moses didn't have a problem worshiping and praising and speaking to God. And that's what got him out of Egypt and through the wilderness. But it wasn't enough to get him into the promised land, to experience what God had for him, the fullness of what God actually intended for him. And in order to get in there, he was going to have to turn and face himself and deal with his own unattended to emotional immaturities, so that wouldn't get in the way of what God had for him. So you see, your praise and your worship, that's not enough. You still got to deal with you. This is New with a minute of medicine for your mind.